Hi guys. Hi everyone. Slasher here. How you're all doing? Hope your Saturday's going fine. And yeah, the reason we're kind of like recording this video because there's something that's kind of like has been on my mind for kind of like a little some time, a little while, and all that. Thing is, I have been kind of been feeling kind of lost about like what kind of like job to do next and everything. So, because this is something that I have been kind of like thinking about, but to be kind of like very honest, I've been kind of like feeling like in the middle of the ocean with that and so forth. Like I don't really know actually where to go next and all this. So, because I know like this kind of like three resort that I worked on and so forth. Like I've been there like for a year, but apparently like they couldn't really keep me anymore, which is why like I was sent like back home and all this. But I don't know, like I have a kind of like trying to really see if I could maybe try to make a bit of a change of a career path and everything like that. Because I remember like I was talking about this with like with my therapist, and he kind of like suggested me as well that probably like I think the best thing for me to do right now is probably make a bit of a change of a career path, because even like when I kind of like explained to him like my experiences about like what happened over there, like that job that I used to work on and what I went through, what I experienced, and he kind of like told me that maybe it was probably even though like I was like go off and everything, it was probably for the best and all that, and he because see like how miserable I was, and he kind of like even like knows like some parts like that what the coworkers like done to me was not okay, and yeah, so because honestly like I'm kind of like right now in like this kind of like position where like I do want to kind of like make a change, when it comes to like work directions, all this stuff, but I don't know where to start. It's feeling as well that that you kind of like what you want to try to do and everything like that, but you kind of like pinpoint just yet about where you want to go exactly. That's kind of like where I'm at the moment, and yeah, just lately I just kind of been feel like really lost and all that, and I'm still not really sure where to go from there. Like I am kind of like a little bit busy right now, like with some unemployment programs and so forth. But then I'm gonna be doing like a forklift course like very soon, and all that which is gonna be like next week or probably coming 2 weeks. I'm gonna be starting, and yeah, just so lately I haven't really like to be kind of like a little bit more like more also like about like one thing though that I haven't really been like job searching as much because apparently I have been like really busy, like with courses, with the driving school, and also the gym as well and everything. Although with this gym, I couldn't really make it this week because apparently like things came up and I couldn't make it work out, and also because the weather this week was pretty bad. So there's also that reason, and just yeah, like lately, I've been feeling like kind of like lost about it, and I'm trying to like figure out what I like want to do next and everything. Because honestly, like I'm still at this point in my life like where like I still don't know exactly what I want to do like for my whole life. Yeah, yeah, like sure, there's like content creation and everything like that, like a Twitch and everything. I got you guys as well, like you guys are really amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you that that takes the time of your day like to come hang out with me, also like to support me and everything like that. So it's great appreciated. Just even just watching like this video and also watching the streams, it still comes a long way for me. So not like I got like definitely like content creation that I really enjoy doing, and it's like it's what keeps my day going, and it also does like like help me like a lot like mentally, and especially like with some life stuff that I've been dealing with, and I'm very grateful for it. It's just like really like what the thing I just want to just like talk about is just more like the kind of direction of when it comes to like career wise. I'm still like um having a lot of question marks on that part. Like it's still like a mystery for me, like where I want to begin and all that. And now it's just like just I'm just trying to like like speak a bit of my mind here, and basically, what I've kind of like, what I've been thinking about and everything that, like, because in the past like 3 years, I've been doing like a lot of like logistics, like a lot of warehouse work and everything like that. But the biggest problem, like, about those jobs, however, like, at least like in my experiences with them, that most of the time, like, they're just only like temporary work and all that stuff. And, and each time when I try to like, get my overall on the jobs and everything, because like I did a lot of overtime and all that, and I've as well, like did double shifts and everything, but it just feels like it never got me where to like where I about obtaining like a stable a stable position and everything like that, and just never it feels like no matter what I do, like in those jobs so far, like it never gets me closer to that. And that's just something that I really want to do and really want to achieve, but it just feels like it's too far out of reach for me. Which why is this kind of the reason why I kind of like want to move on from that field for that so reason. It's just the work itself, like it's oh well, actually I gotta kind of like a little admit it because I remember like in my most recent job that was that I was let go of and everything that I also like everybody that that I enjoyed it and everything like that, and I had fun there, but I gotta be very like be more transparent with you guys on this. I have been very miserable and all that. Even like my therapist realized it. That it's just something that it was there for kind of like a long time, but I was just like I was just like kind of like afraid to admit it that I was miserable with that job and everything. And some people once I kind of left that place, I realized they were not really what I thought they were and all that stuff. And then I could see a bit of a better picture. How they mistreated me and everything and stuff. And no, definitely like with sort of when there's kind of like has been like some really bad situations so far. Like I did my best to like to stand my ground and be civil and everything. And yeah, like I had did my best on this part and everything. And even like it just kind of like a process I kind of like kept to myself that I definitely wasn't going to be there for like my whole life. And probably at some point, when I found out what I wanted to do in my life, I was going to be gone there for good. But it turns out, things took a different turn. And yeah, I was just, I didn't stay there like, permanently and all that. It just kind of like also like what kind of like really sucks about like my previous job and so forth is that, there was kind of like a lot of like nepotism and I felt like more like a bit of an outsider over there. Like did more than being part like, of the community and all that stuff. And that's why I didn't really like about it. Why I was kind of like even like pretty depressed working there for that reason. No, it's just, like I kind of want to, I'm kind of like at this point in life right now, I do want to maybe try to something like a little bit different and all this stuff because, when the past, like, because I did logistics for like 3 years and all this, and I kind of admitted that, isn't a way for me to kind of times where like move on from that stuff because, each time, like, when I tried to get like, like a stable job in that field, like it never got me there. And this is kind of like, my issue with them and everything. Now, so like I even had like given different types of jobs like even before that, but unfortunately they were not that good either. So that's the bit of a downside. No, because honestly, like if you guys want to hear like my thoughts on that, I do want to try to like maybe go for like a field that probably it's gonna guarantee me that I'm gonna be able to like get like a bit more stability in everything. Because although, however, biggest problem is that unfortunately, with knowing how the job market is right now, like I am kind of like a bit in a screwed up situation or everything like this because apparently like even there's like a lot of people like out there they're struggling to get like stable jobs like nowadays, and that could also be even be another role like why like things are a bit as rough at the moment. So it's just really like I just want to just talk my mind out about this that I just really wish I could find like like some stability like in a job that that they make me feel like appreciated as a worker, they treat me with like with respect and all that stuff because apparently like I wasn't respected like in the previous jobs, and it was just probably maybe what I could do is probably like for like another video, like I'm not really gonna really share that here like right now, is that I could probably share if you guys are interested though. I can, share like all like my horror stories from like, or even like my experience in general, but like those like logistics jobs, and I can tell you guys like what I went through there and everything, what I had experienced, and what like what to expect out of them and everything. So that kind of stuff, and of course like not every single experience like on the work those was bad though. Like sure I had like some negatives and weird ones, but I still had some good moments there, and I also like I made some friends and everything. So, like not everything, like, those experience was negative. So just a bit of a clarification there. And, no, it's just, I just kind of just want to say that, like I think the thing I just really want in life right now is just have like a bit of a, stable job, and that's pretty much it and everything. Because it's kind of like, what I really want at this moment. But apparently, knowing how like how the job market is right now, like, and how saturated it is, like, for everybody, like, it is going to be a bit harder for me, to achieve that and everything. Because honestly, like, even like where I live so far, like, the job market is just, it's a joke, to put in the words. Which I'm sure, like, most of you guys like watching this video, like, it would come as like too much of a surprise. So this is really becoming like an everywhere problem and not just like an Italian problem and everything. And yeah, just something that I just wanted to like get like my thoughts out, like like about what's kind of been in my head lately, and like what I really want in life and everything. Like actually like about like careers, like what kind of field I want to do exactly. I have no idea what I want on that side, but when it comes to like like job position so far, like I definitely want to get like more like a permanent one so far because I do think it's gonna really help me a lot. But unfortunately, like again, it's gonna how like the job market is nowadays. It's gonna be really hard, like to achieve that, and it's kind of like the thing that I kind of had been struggling with the most. But yeah, that's I think all I just really just want to talk about at this moment. It's just like so it's kind of been in my head. I just want to share with you guys here, like and if you guys have like something like you feel kind of like feel like the same way about it so far, you can let me know in the comments and all that. And because I'm happy to listen to your guys' experiences, and also like the reason I kind of feel happy about sharing these kind of things, and also like that stuff, because I do think it would help like someone like out there to maybe kind of like understand or relate what I'm currently going through and so forth, or they can kind of like have connections with it. But until then, thank you guys again, for my me rambling, like for listening and all this, and I appreciate it to go on to you. You have a good rest of your weekend. You all take care, and peace out. Bye. Toodles. Bye everyone. Catch you later. Bye bye.